Now we're feeling peppy. Now him's feeling peppy. Yeah. Are we running around? You being crazy? He was just zooming. And then he paused for like 3 seconds. I got my camera so fast and now he hasn't moved. Wally, where'd all that energy go? I know, you was zooming. What are you doing, baby? What's the matter? You tuckered out. That was only like 45 seconds. I know, it wasn't very long. Yeah, what'd you think? Let's see, you see something there? Oh, I see it. There's a squirrel. Oh, we just went behind the tree. My thing won't focus. He went behind the tree on the other side of the fence. Up in the top. Did you see it? I seen it. Yeah, I seen it too. I seen it, babies. I seen it. Yes, it's a good boy. I know you're so handsome. Wait, oh, you got dirt in your face. You got dirt in your little beard. I know, I'm a bad camera person. I know, I'm not that good at filming. No. I need to use them stands more often. I know, you're such a good baby. Yeah, you're good boys. Yes, good boys. I know you do. You got like mulch or something in your face. Yes, you do. Let me see that tail wag. Oh, you were just hauling booties. You were just going so fast. I know, bud. Want a drink? There's water. Need a refuel? Want some water? Does you want some water? Drink it. No? But you fake bad. What? Is you thirsty? Do you want a drink? He was playing in the hose earlier today. Just going to town. Biting it. Bravoing and jumping back and forth. He got a little itch. Just got a little itchies. What you doing, babies? What? What's the matter? Your collar bugging you? What's your collar bugging you? I do have to say, he was doing pretty darn good with that little... Oh, that's just me. See? That's just me. You did really good with the nail file board. Yeah, you did. You did real good. But I would really heavily suggest different surfaces. And even getting him like jump up on like this bench down here. Him like jumping up and like placing on things, which is kind of like a down and stay or sit and stay. I have instructions. I'm pretty sure I have place instructions. I can put that in your thing when you get home too. But have him jump up on things like electric transformers, some of them slippery, maybe park picnic tables, down trees, things that you're going to be okay with if he does learn. You're going to be all right with coming in and seeing him up on top of it. So not like your kitchen table maybe, but like a cowboy will jump up on this, that little bench swing, the gray one here. He'll jump up on the hammock. Not all that stuff moves. But that's what helps them balance. That gets them used to how their paw pads feel on things and how they can secure themselves. And it seems like that piece for him is not missing, because he's obviously sure on like solid stuff, but it's maybe not as strong as it could be. But I think that would help him with some of the things you're seeing. Maybe the distractions or the avoidance of certain things might be a surface texture / body balance, body confidence type of element. Because like he won't put his paws up on like the buckets here, like these, like the chairs I have, these 0 gravity chairs. You know, sometimes people that do agility or agility train do more of that kind of conditioning per se, but that's really what all the socialization stuff is about, is getting them to come up on things like this with like your military dogs and police dogs. They jump through windows, broken windows. Not that he needs to be doing that, but when they train that, it's a bunch of like Pepsi cans, like tied on strings, and water bottles, and things that would make a ruckus and touch them and vibrate weird and smell weird. And he won't come down these either. These are only 3. But that might be his aversion to steps. He's unsure of what each one's going to feel like. And then if he's ever slipped or slid on something, those kind of things. I don't know if he's ever fallen down stairs. I'm not sure. But correlation isn't always causation. But those kind of things done early on is good. Some of his responses look like too, I don't see him all the time, but another thing that could be going on, at least right now, is a fear period. He has, after that 14 weeks, they do have 3 more after that. They have a total of 4. So after 14 weeks, he has 3 more that he'll go through before he hits the age of 2. And of course, there's some dogs. Pat says she's only seen a few too that they're 2 years and 2 months, and they're like, that might be the last part of that fear period at 2, because of course genetics and biology doesn't know. It knows ages, but it doesn't know ages. They're not exact as far as February 22nd. But it could be he's in a fear period. But if he's never done the steps, and the way he's acted in the garage with certain things, I think he has an aversion to those kind of surfaces. What is that, buddy? The one cool thing is he observes. When it comes to barking, it's usually a demand, attention, I want something. He doesn't just bark to bark. Not at dogs, not at people. He's barked a few times, but just at the garage door, he wants me to open the garage door. So I open the garage door, and he comes in and he shows me what he wants to do, and that's where most of our stuff is kind of started from, or at least our small sessions. Conditioning, the nail file thing. It kind of been when he has wanted to go in, so it's all right, let's go. So he's communicating with me, even though I'm a stranger. What do you think, hot stuff? You just observing. Because he takes everything in. The other day, my neighbor down here, Mr. Mark, he's mowing. That's who he sees there. Quinn just pulled in too. This is the ittiest. We knew it was a small town, but it's a really small town. Everybody knows everybody. Hardcore. It's almost as bad as Mayberry. But there's lots to watch and see, and because everybody's got a routine. People down here to my right, we have a camper every weekend. Last weekend after he left, he watched them pack up the RV and load them all up, and it was pretty quiet. And Saturday evening, the girls come back and shower, and I guess head back down to the river. Had some campsite at the river. And then usually Sunday, this time Monday night, they came back, so they must have taken Monday off. And one's a teacher, so she must have been a scheduled vacation. They weren't off school. But then they came back and they unpacked everything. They washed the outside. There's a whole routine and what have you. So he sat there one day and watched it I sat with him for a while and just did duration, since he was sitting. I just randomly marked him while he was sitting, while he was standing, while he was downing. I don't want to say honest to God, so it was an hour and a half. He sat right here on this first step because he wouldn't go down. I tried to get him to go down the steps, but from there you can see right over to the so yeah, he just sat there on that first step, which is the same surface as the rest of them. But of course I didn't ask him. He wouldn't go any further, so he didn't go any further. But with the things that he did do when he changed position, I just marked him, and if he held him for a while, or as long as he held him, I tried to make it real random. At first it did 5 seconds, 20 seconds, a minute, 3 minutes. I think at one point he literally laid next to me for 7 or 8 minutes. And I marked him again. It was almost like he forgot. He's kind of looked at me like, oh, I'm still doing what you want me to do. And then I did like 3 reinforcers in like the next minute. And he was like, oh, okay. I was like doing what she wanted that whole like 8 minutes. So I think he really forgot that I was expecting him just to lay there. Because I said to him, and he just loves the ducks. We've done so many reps outside though, where I'm on one side of the fence, which is good for fluency and generalization. Phase 2 and 3 of learning. Having that barrier in front of him, plus the ducks on my side, and him wanting to be with the ducks. So I really think he was, hey Vivi, I really think he was, hi, I'm talking to your mama. I really think he was doing all of it thinking that it was going to get him a ticket into the duck pen. I do, because he would do it and he'd pop it like his eyes would lock on a duck. And I'd give him a treat through the fence. And then I'd ask for something else. And he would boom, he'd do it real quick and then look at a duck. And I'm like, do you think I'm gonna let you have one of them? It was so funny. But man, talk about motivation. And then he was able to focus on me and them. I thought that was pretty neat. Of course, my phone. Usually when I come out to do the duck, I've had my phone with me twice, but usually when I do duck stuff, my phone is charging. Between the phone and the iPad, I kill them probably 2-3 times in a day. I need to, or at least before I get too busy, I'll never have more than 2 board and trains at a time, because that would just be, that's almost 15 hours worth of work in a day if I had 3. At a time, I just couldn't, I wouldn't, not with my own 4 dogs and kids. 2 of them would be pretty hectic too, but I could manage 2 of them. We'd break our day and then I'd flip-flop them. I can do that easy peasy, but 3 would be real difficult. But anyway, but yeah, so when I do have like duck chores and kid chores and making dinner, I try to charge all my stuff. So I think I'm gonna have to invest in maybe like a GoPro or something. Just the iPad and phone are super convenient. It's always on me. And if it's charged, I can just whip it out and boom. Which I guess I could with a GoPro too. It'd probably hold more. I don't know. You're not looking so peppy now. I started this because you was zoomies. And I talked about how you wasn't real peppy today. And then you were peppy, and I started it freaking 12 minutes ago. And you have not been peppy since. But they're trained. They have a little, he is a labradoodle, a chocolate labradoodle. He is the same size as Wallace. He honestly Wallace has a longer face than he does. And his stance, I don't think is as pretty as Wallace is, but he's a labradoodle. He's not a Wheaten Terrier. But if you didn't know, like I didn't know any. Well, I do know better, but I don't see many of him. If I seen more of him, I'd be able to pick him out now, especially hanging out with him. But I don't. Our area didn't have many terriers, and we have more of these doodle mix things now. So yeah, at a quick glance, they kind of. I guess that's really unfortunately. Because it is, because if Wallace was mine, I'd be like, he's not a damn doodle. Like, I'd be telling everybody. And definitely in his mannerisms, he does not act like a doodle either. Of course, I think I've seen more behavioral doodles than normal doodles too, so that's probably not fair. All the ones I have seen have been wound tight or bad breeding. Yeah, it's honestly been one extreme or the other. It's the one extreme of they're growling, snapping, just boinging 6 feet off the floor. Or they're just so excited with no freaking impulse control whatsoever. But if you think about it, that's a lab. That's a lab hardcore. Like, I love labs, but I do not like labs. The 0 to like 2.5-year-old. That's like I don't even know what. Of course, I own freaking cattle dogs. Like, I'm sure people think that about cattle dogs. I wouldn't be able to do a Malinois either. A German Shepherd would be hard. But definitely not a Malinois. Like, socializing those dogs is a full-time job. Well, it should be. And that's why half of them ain't right, because half of them aren't right. What's the matter, Wally? What's the matter, Wallace? Mr. Poop? Boop, boop. The first 2 days, my husband's like, I don't believe you. She doesn't call him. I'm like, no, she does. Here's the text messages. She sure does. Hey, buddy, do you wanna go for a walkie? You wanna go for a walk? Oh, does he wanna go for a walk? Yeah? Oh, I got that head tilt. Well, let's do it then. Let's go for a walk. I asked him earlier, and that's when he came running around here. Wanna go for a walk? Let's get your eyes. Come on.